the big issue itself was an idea that Gordon Roddick, founder of the Body Shop, saw when he was in America, where homeless people were in New York selling a street paper. And he brought the idea back here and along with John Bird developed the big issue as we sort of now know it to be in the end a global phenomenon.
In London we have around 400 vendors that buy the magazine a week.
Big issue vendors buy their magazines.
We're a weekly magazine.
I'll put the glasses on differently. Yeah. Oh, my name's Donald, and I don't know where to start, but I shall start back as far back as I can. Years and years and years and years ago, about 20 odd years or more. I used to just be a proper normal working person, you know, working for the council in those days as a decorator. And everything was great, it was just normal. I look back now, it was just a normal working person, you know. I had no problems at all, nothing with any substance at all. And this went on for a while, you know, and I sort of fed up with the repetitiveness of working for the council because there was no great benefit in it, it was just a job.
Yeah, and a lot of big issue sellers do love their job.
Yeah.
You can see it in their faces, you can see it when they're selling, when they come in. Some of them are in here on a Monday morning when the van gets unloaded at 6 and they're just ready to buy their magazines, and it's because they've put in the time and the effort.
Am I supposed to be serious?
My name's Karis and I am a volunteer on the volunteer team in London.
Hi, my name's Jenna and I manage the volunteer team here in the Big Issue in London.
Yeah, and it is a job. You know, I think people forget that. People see it as a kind of interim step maybe to a job. For our vendors, this is a job. They are earning their keep like anybody else by selling a product, and you know, they take pride in what they do.
And I left there and I went out on my own, you know, after much consideration. And then I was getting bits of work here and there, you know. And occasionally, you know, I used to feel rewarded from it. I used to have a little drink can here, you know, that's all, nothing great. And at times I used to get like people's houses to do a big job, and I used to go in there first work right up till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. And while I'm doing that, I used to just feel alone and bored, you know. So I used to go down and buy a few cans of 4-pack and all that, and some wacky-backy, and just drink and smoke through the hours, you know, just to keep me going.
Well, the Big Issue Foundation started a few years after the business started, and that was because the business was so successful that the demand for help and support from Big Issue vendors, there wasn't enough that the business could do to support that. I'm Stephen Robertson, and I'm the Chief Executive of the Big Issue Foundation. So the charity is here really to try and deal with some of those issues that kind of come out of somebody starting to get on top of their lives. So, you know, street paper sales themselves can't necessarily sort out your health issues or your accommodation issues or your bank account issues or what have you. So
I never, looking back now, I never realised any harm in it. But it went on for some time, you know, and it wasn't a question of earning so much money. That never had nothing to do with it. I was just pleased to be out on my own trying something. But after a while, the work sort of, it didn't come in a lot. And during that time, I should just, while I'm sitting around or looking for work, I should just go to the off licence and buy a few beers and drink and drink and drink and drink. And that just became a habit. Habit which I didn't realise. Now I look back, it was, you know.
But I suddenly realised that when I told people I was volunteering, how little people understand about the big issue. So I think we're kind of ambassadors in a way. You know, we go out and explain to people what it's actually all about and how it works. So the fact that, you know, big issue vendors buy their magazines. They don't just get given them. So many people didn't realise that big issue vendors can't give back any unsold issues at the end of the week. They have to, cut their losses.
Like, the vendors are the face of Big Issue, and we try and make sure that they realise that they are the big issue. It's not John Bird, it's not us in the office, it's not the magazine, it's them that are there working in all weathers and really kind of pushing themselves to move forward in their lives.
And that went on for a long time. Then looking for work just didn't exist no more. I was just looking to earn a few quid just to get some drink, And then I got slung out of the place I was with, got behind rent, and just stayed with a friend of mine for a while. And during that time, I didn't bother with nothing. So I just went out on the streets and started begging. Your own mental mechanics of normal thinking it just goes. And this went on for about 10 or 15 years. It was a way of life, The old mental anti-establishment outlook, hate everything, everybody, everything, You're with people who are like that. And after about 10, 15 years, 16 years, somehow I got getting sick, spewing. I was getting fed up, I was at rock bottom.
The money raised is then used in our core services, so it's helping with outreach and reaching the vendors and offering them the support for housing and education and training. And also we have a fund that vendors can apply for, where they have to raise 20% and we match with 80%. So it makes things more achievable for them. So that might be wanting suits wear for an interview, or trainers so they can get fit and join the army, things like that.
The foundation is run very separately from the magazine, and a lot of people don't realise there's the two sides of us. The Big Issue magazine is set up as a social enterprise, so vendors will buy their magazine and then sell that on, and our Big Issue as a company is set up to help those vendors with their sales and helping set them up as self-employed people who are micro businesses, whereas the foundation cares for the vendors outside of that, so things like if they need help with housing, with their aspirations, so if they want to go back to college and do training or courses and get qualifications to help them move on in their work life.
The first is just saying hello to a Big Issue vendor when you see them, because lots of people ignore homeless people, so the chance of just actually saying no thanks, no thanks but have a good day makes an awesome amount of difference to a homeless person, because they've been recognised. So the first message is kind of interact and say something.
I used to make enough of what I want, put it that way. That's all I did it for, to make enough. I wouldn't stay out in the street all day to do it. This says I've got my ambitions, I want to move on, and that's how the Big Issue is helping me to move on,
And the more that people can do just to explain how the Big Issue works to other people who don't know. We have a marketing budget of 0, so we rely upon the kind of good-natured support and advocacy of other people who've learned and now understand what we're about and what we're doing to try and spread that word. So,
my future is, I've got my own thing, just said I'm self-employed decorating. That's what I want to get into.
Our immediate short-term plans are really focused on kind of getting our reach as far as we possibly can and helping as many Big Issue vendors as we possibly can, because the demand is there and it's on the increase.
Big Issue has given me that stepping stone, it's given me that first step of the ladder. That's one thing it's done, because it gives you back your self-esteem and confidence, it brings you back to normality.
Just to get people to think beyond the sort of stereotypes and to raise some awareness of both the issues themselves, but also in the end our organisation.